see old Hone Harawira is still in the sort of up in the waka there, Marama, isn't it? Eh?
That's right. Kia ora Hone. Anytime you want to talk, you got my number.
Hey, well, the Maori King Tuheitia launched a claim for Greater Auckland from Mahurangi Peninsula to Manukau Harbour and Piha for Waikato-Tainui. Explain to us, Penny, what's going on here? What's happening about this claim?
Well, if you've had the great fortune of listening to my maiden speech, I talk about Tainui's position in Tāmaki Makaurau throughout history. Now, we know that there's a mechanism there. 40 years in October, we'll remember the Waitangi Tribunal Bill. So if there's a mechanism there that shows that there are breaches of the Treaty of Waitangi, then by all means, use that mechanism. That's what it's there for. But when in conversations around traditional rights or traditional occupation, I think those are best left for the marae.
All right, what do you reckon, Marama?
I think you're treading on dangerous ground if you want to get involved in Māori politics. You know, this politics ain't got nothing on that. But I do think that this is a direct indication of the SHA areas. You know, that they've made the claim at this time, or that they've made the announcement at this time, actually may have some implication because of those things that the government have done.
Winston calls it absurd. What would you make of what he says?
Winston calls a lot of things absurd. I think when he looks at my cousin Ron, he might say the same thing. But you know what? That would be mean, and I wouldn't say that out loud. But the thing is that the government have stuffed it up around the SHA areas. There are a lot of claims that need to be settled first. One is ihu mātau, and we need to ensure that those people have been listened to, that we don't just ignore the bones that are in the ground and take that land and say, oh, we need a few more houses, please, let's put it here, because we're not doing that to Mount Eden.
But can they own it? Can Tuheitia, can he make a claim?
I think talking to a white boy from Palmerston North is probably not...
That's a good point.
Probably not the guy to talk to about that. But I can say that we've got a pretty proud record of actually settling claims and getting things done. There's an appropriate process, and I'd say to people, get involved in that process, use that, and we've got a pretty good history of settling those claims.
What do you reckon, Kevin? Because there will be some people watching this, obviously, who will say, look, the settlement process is, what are they doing now? What's happening? What do you make of this issue? What do you see when you see this issue?
Yeah, I guess what I see is, Waikato-Tainui is one of a number of iwi with historical associations with this area. And I think from the government point of view, what I think is essential is that the government, first of all, does what it can to prevent racist responses to the claim, and then actually responds both to the King's claim and to other claims with a sense of honour and respect for those who are making the claims.
So should Pākehā be worried, Penny, do you think?
No, that's just silly, beat up in the media. Pākehā shouldn't be worried. Let this take its course. Like I said, there's mechanisms there to deal with that. And if they want to learn the history, go along and see Tainui, go along and see Ngāti Whātua. Come to my office and I'll share what I know about the history of Tāmaki.
All right, okay. Damien, let's jump in the audience.
I was going to say, should Pākehā be worried? I thought the Chinese owned all of Auckland. I mean, according to the Labour Party, anyway. Hey, Jody, Ihaka, hi, look at me, can't ignore me. I know you're on your phone. I know you can't talk, but you were shaking your head before, shaking your head. What was that about?
I think I was just completely, overwhelmingly impressed with Penny Henare, don't you reckon?
I'll pay them.
A lot of people have said you've gone to the dark side, Jody, going to work for Labour Party, but obviously it clearly hasn't influenced your thinking and stuff like that.
VNZ for all my training.